I'm conducting a life experiment to see if you can build a completely alternative life. And I'm the guinea pig. My dream life is to start weird businesses all around the world. From tiki bars in Antigua to safaris in South Africa. Success means that each business earns hundreds of thousands of pounds, all whilst traveling the world. The catch? I have absolutely no clue how to do this. Only 10 weeks left before I'm out of money. And the irony is, I absolutely hate creating content. So I hired James. Alright, mate! You may recognise him from the Hardest Geezers Project Africa team. So is this alternative life even possible? Can you make loads of money whilst also travelling the world? Let's find out. Ow!
In this episode, me and James fly to Barcelona to begin work on Project 1. My quest to find the best pan au chocolat in Barcelona commences, and I attempt to overcome my crippling fear of public speaking. Vamos!
On the way to Barcelona for mission 1. Haven't packed. Mum has COVID, so I've been sofa surfing this whole week, which hasn't been the ideal preparation for this. Very excited to saw James on Thursday. Good to actually finally meet him after speaking virtually this whole time. And now it's go time. Blend of excitement, myself. I woke up and had a nosebleed. Don't know what that means. I can't believe it's really happening. Got no fucking clue how it's going to go. I'm having to call on all of my experience to not get overwhelmed. This has to be fun. If it's fun, it will work. If it's not fun, it won't. And that's really difficult when there's the pending doom of losing all my money.
With doom hopefully not coming to haunt me, I began packing my whole ridden clothes for the first part of the tail project, before kindly being driven to the airport by my mate Lucas, where I was scheduled to link up with James for only the second time.
Hello, mate. How you doing? You good?
Fucking good, mate.
Nice.
Voice is a bit husky from last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Mate, I'm surprisingly alright with my old voice, to be honest. I was standing on the table doing the Bellingham possum. Yeah.
After me and James bonded over Jude Bellingham, we dropped our bags off with the lovely people of Ryanair before sitting down for a bite to eat.
We just sat in airport and watched going to be an event for 90 days. How are you feeling right now?
I woke up at like 4 a.m, like bolt upright, because it's been such a long time coming planning this, and it was just like, shit, it's actually happening. But the interesting thing with it is like there's no plans. The whole point is to like make mistakes and find out as we go. We know what the goal is, but we have no clue how we're going to get there. It's the most exciting part of it, at the same time as being the most scary part, because I'm a planner. We go to Barcelona, we're going to build a tech app for procrastinators, and we need to get to 10k in 28 days, but no fucking clue how we're going to get there. That thought is as scary as it is exciting.
Is that something you've dealt with in terms of not being able to plan, or is this completely new to you?
What's that like Mike Tyson quote? Like, everybody's got a plan so they get punched in the face. It's kind of the same thing. If you have like a really strict plan, it's going to go out the window anyway. But this is less planning than I've ever done before. Oh God. The thing for the viewer to understand is that I have no clue how to present content nor make content. So that's why I've got James in, so he can make the content, and you're going to have to be patient with me because I've got no clue how to present content, and it makes me feel incredibly awkward. So this is going to be a process where hopefully you see me now as the skinny, awkward, terrible presenter to hopefully a beautiful butterfly of a presenter in the future.
And just like that, we boarded our flight heading towards Catalonia, where our magnificent 4-leaf pilot successfully dropped us off in Barcelona so that we could bask in our new Basque home for the next 28 days.
Welcome to the beautiful kitchen area. Over here is where I'll be making some beautiful paella. We're going to come into the Dobby room. Come on in here. Don't be afraid. Get in here. Beautiful single bed. Beautiful flat screen TV, which I don't think we'll be watching too much of. Maybe the Euros at points. And then this delightful view into a car park. We'll get Ross in here from Yoodoo with L tomorrow. Get the brain ticking, some creative ideas. I'll come into my boudoir. And this is where no magic will be happening at all. What I do like about here is the ceilings. I like red brick ceilings and red brick walls. So it's quite nice.
Voila! My Pound and MTV Cribs audition was complete, and with our new Barcelona HQ successfully acquired, it was time to meet up with my new business partner, Ross, the founder of Yoodoo, which is an app designed to help chronic procrastinators and people with ADHD get their shit together. But more on that later.
Your first Spanish food, what have you gone for?
Tapas alioli. Well, that's very alioli, Lily. That's very garlicky.
And I've gone for Spanish omelette.
Intimidate. Hello. How are you?
Nice to see you.
You look so English.
Hello, mate. How are you?
James,
Nice to meet you.
Ross,
Yeah, nice to meet you, Ross.
How was your Spanish lesson?
was good. It was very kind of Spanishy.
Yeah, a bit of a problem that, isn't it? So you're saying you've got better Spanish?
I think my Spanish is better than Ross itself.
I'm very new to Spanish.
So we're going to have some competitions.
Which you will win.
Subsequent to myself and Ross peacocking over some tapas and debating who has the biggest Latin energy, Ross kindly showed us around the city for the next few hours, before slowly making our way over towards the beach so that we could get to know each other while sharing an ice-cold beer. Lovely.
This is the first beer of the Tarot project, so you're going to explain what that is, Jerry?
I'm going to travel the world trying to start weird businesses that nobody else would start in the UK to prove that you can live an alternative life, earn more money, be more free and be more happy. So the plan essentially is to start a business on every continent in the world with awesome local people and, generally speaking, just have a great time doing it myself alongside helping other people achieve what they want to achieve.
And one of those people is Ross here. Why did you initially start Yoodoo? Sorry.
It'll be the most awkward duo doing it.
So I launched an app about 3 years ago at the end of COVID, digital cookbook app, because I used to be a chef. I launched the app, put about 30 grand into it. I couldn't do it all on my own. Turns out I was really rubbish at time management. I found this technique called time blocking, which helped me kind of manage my time and my day very easily. I couldn't find an app that did it, so I was like, well, I design apps. What does this perfect app look like? I launched the app maybe like 6 months later. I was getting a load of feedback from people who were using the app saying it's great for ADHD. I was like, oh, maybe I have ADHD. Got assessed by a psychiatrist. Turns out I had ADHD for my entire life. So essentially, it's created this unintentional ADHD app that helps them manage and visualize their time and become much more productive.
What did you do with the company?
It was ran in the bank, the government took it and went, you haven't done this right. If
The government took your money?
Yeah, they essentially took the money, yeah. A really obvious sign of ADHD, which I had no idea. But it worked really well, and it honestly worked so well for me that I was like, okay, this app is my life now. How can I make this better?
With the day drawing to a close, myself and Ross met up with Elle, who had a late flight into Barcelona and is the social media manager for Yoodoo. I was feeling slightly more settled with what would be my life for the next 28 days, but tomorrow the real project begins.
What are we doing right now, Joey?
This is day one of the real project, finding the best pain au chocolat in Barcelona. I know that pain au chocolats do not originate from Barcelona, but when I was here 3 weeks ago on a stag do, I'd had probably the best ever pain au chocolat of my life. As a pain au chocolat or a croissant de chocolate connoisseur that I am, it's important that we have a defined ranking and rating system. And obviously number one is going to be the pasty flakiness, the flakiness factor. And then we're going to deep dive into the chocolate quality, and then it's going to be the temperature of the chocolate. I don't know about you, but when I used to whack the Sainsbury's pain au chocolats in the microwave, more often than not, I would scald my tongue and upper part of my mouth and ruin the rest of my meals for the day. So I'm hoping for a lovely, soft, slightly melted approach. If it's hard, it will be getting rated as low. And then of course, fourth, appearance. You know, it's got to be a sexy looking pain au chocolat. If it's ugly, it'll be rated down. Doesn't look like the chocolate will be melted sufficiently, but we're going to give it our best. Scalding hot coffee. We're going to need an extra rating, which is balance. Nobody likes it when there's too much chocolate or not enough chocolate. And as soon as I saw this, I thought too much chocolate. I'd give it a 9. Perfect flakiness for me. It is milk chocolate, which is my preference, but I don't think it's superb at the moment, so I'm going to give that a 7. The viscosity of it, it's not particularly good for me, so I'm going to give it a 3. Appearance. It's a good looking pain au chocolat, isn't it? Like, it is a sexy looking pain au chocolat. It's got a bit of spice factor with the dipping in both sides. For me, it's not pure, so I'm going to give it a 5. Not the kind of pain au chocolat I'd want to bring home to my mum. Then if it comes to balance, for me the balance is all wrong here.
Square pegs in round holes in there.
Exactly, the FIFA team chemistry is low, so I'm going to be giving it a 4.
With pain au chocolat subject 1 scoring an underwhelming 28 out of 50, I was left somewhat saddened. So it was over to the dynamic Yoodoo duo of Ross and Elle to put the spring back in my step with our first brainstorm strategy meeting with the intention of getting Yoodoo to generate 10,000 new downloads per month by the end of my 28 days here in Barcelona.
We're helping horrifically distracted people get shit done.
So basically we need to help 18,000 horrifically distracted people get shit done, basically.
For £6 a month.
You guys are the creatives, I'm going to be a bit more like rigid with the structure. Your background, social media, right?
I started as an apprentice doing media buying on Facebook and then begged them to do Snapchat and TikTok. I much prefer creative ideation. Numbers, they don't work in my head.
I think it does have an advantage of being a really good product. We're going to find out in the next 27 days.
Don't worry. We're going to do it, man. We're going to get you.
Off the back of a hectic meeting with my ADHD friends of Yoodoo, my spirits were restored, but the good news didn't stop there, as later in the day, after some boring laptop work, I received some incredibly exciting news.
What's just happened?
First proper brand sales call. I won't go into who the company is just in case it doesn't happen, but they've asked for me to send a formal proposal to them to kind of get signed off as part of being like a series sponsor for the Yoodoo project, which wasn't forecast. So that would be very, very nice boost like the cash flow and funding of the actual project itself, because at the moment I anticipated to self-fund it all for this month, which takes a huge amount of financial pressure off the later series. It was very interesting because I took the approach of telling them that I don't know what I'm doing and this would be my first deal and I'm not going to try and overvalue myself, but I do understand my value. And I floated a figure and they just went, sounds like a great deal. So I clearly have undervalued myself at that point.
After a productive day, James and I went for a celebratory evening walk to wind down as another busy day was drawing to a close.
High five. Good day. What didn't you like?
High five? That's made me shiver, man.
I like high fives, man. I'm a high five kind of guy.
Good morning, Joey.
Good morning, James.
What are you getting up to last night?
I was up till past midnight trying to get a proposal out to that company. I was meant to go out by midnight and I just made the decision that it's not going to be productive to send this right now because my eyes are completely square. I read it through this morning. Thank God I didn't say it. It was fucking shit. So I've just spent the past couple of hours getting it right. I always forget how long proposals take, but it's right. Hopefully we'll hear back soon. Yeah.
What have we got planned today?
It's the first content day for Yoodoo. I have no clue what's going to happen because they didn't send the plan like they were meant to last night. I was really hassling them for where are we actually meeting, guys? What time are we meeting? This is just going to be the reality of this team. Not as organised as I would like it, but that might be a good thing because they're just being themselves. I had lunch with them yesterday. It's like fucking confusing for me. I've got no clue what's going on with how they're speaking to each other. It's just like everywhere. But that might be what makes this really successful. So I need to like check my desire to have like a structured plan. But yeah, still haven't got the plan, and it's an hour before we're meant to start doing it. So I haven't got what we're doing basically.
Still unsure as to what the hell we had in store for our first day creating content for Yoodoo, myself and James walked over to today's shooting location, the Catedral de Barcelona.
How are you feeling now overall? Nervous? This is the first time doing anything like this?
Scariest thing I've ever done in my life. It's like they're a makeup store nearby if you want to have an anxiety attack and start crying and it's freaky.
Yeah, so whoever gets the most fails today wins.
Love it.
But don't fucking fat now, I'm joking.
We're just gonna go and do. We're gonna do Yoodoo.
They're on vacation. High vibes.
No regrets on vacation.
Certainly not.
You just ask people how their hobbits were.
Do you have any hobbits? I got one here. Ah. What's the one thing?
But then, time to travel.
After a steady start, Elle did it! 10 pieces of content made and fears conquered. But now it was my turn to face the scaries as James forced me to shoot our very own introduction video to my YouTube series on the busiest beach in the whole of Barcelona. Brilliant.
Joe, we're at the beach with a hell of a lot of people here.
This is like my worst nightmare, having to record in public. With lots of sexy Spanish people around. And then there's me with a massively burnt neck. Like, I'm just not cut out for this life. There's no negative thoughts here, just positivity. We're going to Yoodoo it. The catch? 10 weeks. What the fuck? Joey Speed, goalkeeper. The catch? Oh, fuck, I fucked up the line, haven't I? What am I meant to say?
Alright, night!
The catch? That quite good? That felt a lot easier than yesterday. Maybe I'm becoming a professional.
Maybe you're becoming an influencer.
No.
So you're saying that you enjoyed that overall, the experience of filming people watching you?
No, I think I've started to feel more comfortable with it. I've kind of tackled a fairly substantial fear, something I didn't think I could do. And equally, I've got quite a lot of, or had quite a lot of social anxiety. And normally having people looking at me is like a nightmare situation. But within 2 days of doing it and realizing it, none of it really matters. I feel a little bit better. I've got a long way to go, but it's a good start. Like, for example, those two girls that just walked past, stared, kind of had a little giggle, and it didn't hurt my feelings. At the start, you think they're laughing at me because I'm not good enough or I'm not sexy. But for whatever reason, I've become a little bit numb to it.
Maybe that is why they're laughing.
Well, that wouldn't be great. I do want to say something to you, James. I think you should be a little bit more professional rather than laughing at me. That put me off more than anything.
Did it actually?
Because I could see the camera just drop, and I'd been psyching myself up to do it. You just start pissing.
Oh god.
In the next episode, we recap our first few days at the pub, a new pan of chocolat subject is under scrutiny, and I fall in love with Gareth Southgate all over again.